Book. It's a travelogue by Michael Palin, Himalaya. It's really it's written on the #1 bestseller. Actually, I agree. It's such a great travelogue. It's in a form of a diary that he writes as a journal. It reads more as a journal, and so interesting that you get to know a lot of these South Asian countries, like for example Pakistan, India, China, Bhutan, and also Bangladesh, etc. It's really good. It's like a great travelogue. While writing, you'll get to know about the streets, about the place, about the people, and his passion, of course. And it's by Phoenix, the publisher. So let me just say again that Michael Palin established his reputation with Monty Python's Flying Circus and Rippling Yarns. His work also includes several films with Monty Python, as well as The Missionary, a private function and award-winning performance as a hapless Ken in A Fish Called Wanda, and more recently American Friends and Fierce Creatures. His television credits include 2 films for the BBC's Great Railway Journeys, The Place East of Ipswich, and Number 27. And he has written books to accompany his 5 very successful travel series, Around the World in 80 Days. He's also the author of a number of children's stories, and he's also available on Phoenix paperback. So you can visit his website as given here. And the photographs by Basil Pau, they are really great. They say pictures speak 1,000 words, and they indeed do. So it starts with this map where you have, say, Pakistan shown, India, you have Pakistan, India, China, you have Bhutan, Bangladesh. So look at this. And that is his journey. Overland, the black ones, the black dashes, and not overland are either he's flying. So that is what it is. So well documented and so interesting. So the introduction, he says that I've always had a soft spot for my Penguin Encyclopedia of Places. On a dull day when I should be talking to someone about tax returns, I like to open it at random and set off a few quiet fantasies. Initial disappointed that you've opened it at Norwich and Nottingham can turn quickly to a frisson of excitement as lower down the page your eye alights on Nomia, Nova Lisboa, and Novara. I can't even pronounce the names. All places I'd leave for tomorrow if someone said I had to. At the end of 2002, with Sahara still warm as it was, Roger Mills came up with the idea of following it with a series on the Silk Route. So basically, he's gone on the Silk Route. When I looked at the map, I saw an awful lot of desert along the way, and I was looking for something that would take me away from the desert sands for a while. I was about to close the atlas regretfully when my eyes drifted south and east to where the Silk Route becomes entangled with a long, white-tipped mast of mountains hanging like a raised eyebrow over India, the connect by the single word Himalaya. So Michael writes, the scope of a journey means that this is not a mountaineer's account of the Himalaya. It's a traveler's account. This is Himalaya, not from top to bottom, but from one end to the other, from the Khyber Pass, when a tight knuckle of mountains, the great ranges of the Hindu Kush, the Karakoram, and the Himalayas are born, to Bangladesh, where the Himalayas, reduced to dust and sand, is swept out into the waters of Bay of Bengal. Great journeys tend to bring me out in a rash of overused superlatives, So all I will say this time is that Himalayas was a wonderfully, magically brilliant journey with more gasps of astonishment per square mile than any other in my entire life. As for once, I think I might be right. So he wrote this in 2004 June. So here he writes about the dates that we began our journey on 12th May 2003, and due to vagaries of the climate, timing of the religious festivals and other key events like polo matches and horse fairs, returned to the region at various times before our final arrival home on 7th April 2004. We filmed for a total of 6 months. This account is based on notebooks and tape recordings kept at the time. Apart from missing out some rest days and days at airports, I've presented the journey as a continuous narrative because that, in effect, is exactly what it was. And believe me, it is. It's as if we are journeying around. It's so vivid, you feel that you are there. So pages 1 to 28 are dedicated to Pakistan, where he says day 1 was at Khyber, day 2 was at Peshawar. So I'll just show you. This is a Khyber. Day 2 was at Peshawar. Then he talks about day 3 at Dara Adam, then Khel, Fateh Jang, and he talks about Peshawar to Karachi Valley. So that is there. And he talks about Kalash Valley to Chitral. He's been there. Chitral to Masfuj. From Masfuj, Fort 16-17 day was there at Shandur Pass. This is the Mastuj Shandur Pass. This is Chitral. Then the Karakoram Highway. You have the Karakoram Highway here, this way. That was day 19. Then Gilgit, whatever, to Eskardu way here. Kardu, then to Islamabad, Rawalpindi, then to Lahore, Rawalpindi to Lahore. Okay, so all this he covers in day 28, so many days. Day 28 from Lahore to Amritsar, and now we are in India. He's shown the map of India. So day 30 to 42 days in India. And as you see, he went from Lahore to Amritsar. Day 30 in Amritsar, then Amritsar to Chandigarh. Chandigarh is here. Then Chandigarh to Shimla. Then Shimla to Dharamsala here. Dharamsala to McLeodganj. Where's the McLeodganj here? McLeodganj. He was there 36 to 38. Day 36, day 37, day 38. Day 14 Srinagar and Kashmir, that is. And then Jammu and Kashmir, then to Ladakh. Day 42. And now the next is Nepal. So after India, he goes to Nepal. Then his ongoing journey next is Nepal from day 44, that is from Kathmandu, and just before Tibet, that is Kathmandu to the Chinese border, day 58. So here is Nepal. So Nepal, he talks about Kathmandu, which is the capital, Kathmandu. Kathmandu here, okay. So then from Kathmandu he goes to Lekhani, then he goes to Pokhara, then all of those places, then he goes to the base camp Annapurna. He's at Annapurna, to Pokhara again, that was day 54, then at Kathmandu for some time, and then he goes to the Chinese border. Okay, Chinese border, Zhang Mu. This is Zhang Mu. Okay. From here he goes to Tibet on day 59. So that's Tibet, and you can see the line, the dotted line, where all did he go here. So you have him go from from Kathmandu to Zhangmu, and from there he goes to Tingri, to Rongbuk. Must be all on the way, they haven't shown much here. And of course from there he goes to the Everest base camp, then Rongbuk to Shigaste he goes, Shigaste to Lhasa, then he's there in Lhasa, north, south, etc. all of that place, and he's at the lake there, and then the lake out there, etc. So he goes to Yushu there, and then he goes to China. So day 76 he's in China. Look at the dotted lines, this is all where he all went. So you can see Yangtze River, and the Tiger Leaping Gorge, and all of that, High Lake, and Yetung, at Lijiang, 87, day 87 at Kunming, and all over this place which has been shown here. Day 90 he comes back to India, that is Nagaland and Assam. Nagaland and Assam, day 90 he's in Longwa, and you can see the map for yourself. And then you have Longwa to Digboy. So he goes to Digboy on day 93, Digboy, Assam, then Dibrugarh. Then he goes to Dibrugarh to Majuli Islands. Then he goes from Majuli to Kaziranga. Kaziranga is the park for rhinoceros. And you have Kaziranga to Guwahati. So that is it, Guwahati goes. So Assam and all of these places. So Majuli Island, you can see Kaziranga National Park, you can see here in this little map, Nagaland, Longwa, and Digboy, all of that. So he was here for day 90 to day 101. He was here he spent here in Nagaland and Assam. Before he goes to Bhutan, that is, Thimphu is the capital of Bhutan. You can see that here. So this is Bhutan, map of Bhutan he's given. So 103, day 103, 104, Ganti, he was in Ganti, then he was in Thimphu, that is Thimphu, then he was in Jangotan, which is not given here, I think. Gunte, yeah, this, and he went to Paro, and from Paro he goes to Bangladesh, the next. So day 117 to day 121, 22 is at Bangladesh. So 117 near Sylhet, you can see Sylhet there. Without my pointing out, you can see Chittagong. Without my pointing out, you can see Dhaka. All of these places, wherever you can see the black dots, that's where all he went until from there he ends it up in Bay of Bengal. So that's his journey's end. This is the back cover of the book. It's written Himalaya, the abode of snow. This is the greatest mountain range on earth. a virtually unbroken wall of rock stretching 1800 miles from the borders of Afghanistan to southwest China. Having risen to the challenge of seas, poles, and deserts, Michael Palin takes us on a journey with spectacular photographs from Basilpao along the full length of Himalaya, including the Khyber Pass, the hidden valleys of the Hindu Kush, ancient cities like Peshawar and Lahore, the mighty peaks of K2, Annapurna, and Everest, to the roof of the world, the enigmatic Tibetan plateau. Along the way, he meets gunmakers, gives an elephant a bath, has a close shave with a 50-pin dentist, learns how to milk a yak, and has an audience with the Dalai Lama. As traveling companions go, Palin is hard to beat. The ultimate armchair travel book, says The Guardian. Coupled with his eye for detail, he has the diarist's willingness to try anything and to laugh at himself, says Independent. And here is the ISBN number. And let me tell you, it's one of the real great books that actually I have gone through on travel. Actually, it should be made a textbook for when we are learning, say, Asian history or world history. It's beautiful, wonderful.